Hi, man, peace. So as we all know, Mr. LeBron James is an NBA legend, and it appears as if this will be his last season with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, for those of us who follow the overall NBA politics, we also know that one of the most prominent up-and-coming young players in the NBA is Mr. Ben Simmons of the Philadelphia 76ers, and he also happens to be a client of LeBron James's management company known as Clutch Sports. Well, they recently asked Mr. Ben Simmons whether or not he would like to play with LeBron James, and he seemed to give an answer that would connote that he does not want to play with LeBron. So, of course, they're going to talk about it, and I'm going to chime in.
LeBron James is in the finals, but back home at Brentwood, he's pimping the hell out of his $23 million mansion. And we've got the photos. Welcome to TMZ Sports. I've been here with Van and Michael J. Babcock.
What's up?
Yeah, all right. You already knew that LeBron James bought this $23 million home in Brentwood last year, and it's awesome. He bought it in December. Massive. Almost 16,000 square feet.
Yeah, he bought this one after the last one was defaced with a racist message.
Allegedly, we still have yet to see any footage of the alleged racist message that was sprayed on his front gate. We have yet to hear of any updates in that case. And of course, this is Brentwood, a gated community in Los Angeles, where of course O.J. Simpson at one time lived, but no video footage of the alleged crime. Isn't that interesting? I did a series of videos on this supposed event at the time that it allegedly transpired, and I stated that without a doubt in my mind, this was a hoax. This was a situation, a fake story that was executed on behalf of Mr. LeBron James to try to elevate him in the sensibilities of the woke contingent that he was courting all the way from last year. I told you guys, I've informed many of you brothers that LeBron James is trying to commandeer the whole woke movement, take it away from Colin Kaepernick and utilize it for his own political gain. And I believe that Nike and some of his other sponsors are confederate with him in trying to do so. That whole stunt of having the word nigger sprayed on his front gate was really all just a strategy to try to synchronize LeBron with Muhammad Ali. After Muhammad Ali passed, it seemed to activate the level of quote-unquote black consciousness amongst many of these athletes. And they tried to take the Muhammad Ali baton and run with it without any true understanding of what Ali's crusade was actually about, which was being a tentacle for the Nation of Islam. Ali actually had a foundation for many of his statements. These modern day athletes today, they don't have one, but they don't need one, because most people today are so stupid. They don't truly question what the end game is that is put forth by many of these mega $1 million athletes, and what it is that they have to gain by running on television and acting as if they have any real affinity for the issues that so-called black people are truly experiencing and how to solve them. Because the main problem is not so-called police brutality. The main problem is a total lack of culture. Due to the deculturalization of the so-called black community, our people have no order, none at all. And that's why you have so many pea-brained, woke, pro-black, liberal blacks running all across the internet talking about how Colin Kaepernick is a fucking hero. It's a big joke.
That's right.
This was a little bit more off the beaten path so LeBron and his family could be a little bit more secure.
It already has a theater room, a wine cellar, a cigar room, and all sorts of other pimp-ass stuff in his house because it's awesome.
Look at that.
But now, we've got some inside information about all of the work he's doing to the house. Babcock, tell us what he's doing.
Yeah, all that stuff that you named, Evan, was not enough. LeBron James is currently adding a basketball court. He's adding an indoor wine tap. He's building a pizza oven.
He's adding a chemistry lab for all of his state-of-the-art PEDs. Allegedly.
So he is tricking this house out even further.
I love these.
It's unbelievable.
A basketball court and also a pizza oven.
Yeah, some of these things he's actually had to file permits with the city for
pizza oven?
approval. Not necessarily the pizza oven, but some of those things like the basketball court, which are large structures. But yeah, this is it's already an amazing house. It is just gonna be that much better, though.
I have something to say here.
What's that?
Something to say.
What?
He's making all these customizations to the house.
Because
You're gonna say this means he's coming to LA.
He's making this house a home, baby.
That is a high possibility. Let me say this as well, and I've stated this a long time ago. If and when LeBron James does decide to sign with the Los Angeles Lakers, if he does decide to do so, that is going to signify the end, in my view, of Mr. Lonzo Ball. I have no doubt that part of the conditions of LeBron James signing with the LA Lakers is that Lonzo Ball is going to be traded. I've been saying this for a very long time.
Can I tell you, though,
making this house a home,
see,
man.
I thought that at first, too, but he has business in L.A. He has a development deal with Warner Brothers. He's going to be in L.A. regardless.
You don't do all that to your vacation crib, though.
Yeah, you know.
I agree. You don't make all those customizations to a place that you're just staying in for the summer, or you're just staying in to make business deals. He's planning on moving there, if not during his career, immediately after.
This is insane, and it's clear that he wants this to be the main home.
And also something else.
What's that?
His kids are big-time basketball players.
Yeah.
So in order for them to practice and hone their skills, they're going to want to be able to do that at the home base.
Credit to LeBron for setting a great example for his sons.
If they're going to be spending a lot of time here, he might think that he needs to put some extra stuff into the crib.
By the way, there are also rumblings that besides Los Angeles, LeBron is also looking to sign, or could possibly, everyone knows he wants to leave Cleveland, right? The chances of him staying in Cleveland next season are low.
They ain't got any players besides LeBron.
The two main cities are Los Angeles and Philadelphia. So we saw Ben Simmons out, and we asked him, how do you feel about the rumors that LeBron could join you in Philadelphia next season? And this is what Ben Simmons told us.
A lot of people are talking about LeBron going to the Sixers. Would you like to play with him? Would you like to play with LeBron?
You heard what he said the first time, Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons trying to act like he didn't hear what the reporter stated. Let me rewind that back a little bit.
So listen.
A lot of people are talking about LeBron going to the Sixers. Would you like to play with him? Would you like to play with LeBron? A lot of people.
I'll play with him.
Now listen to that. He says, if he comes, I'll play with him. You know, part of that I like, though. Ben Simmons has an alpha male personality. He is ruthless, I think, in many ways, even off the court, because I do believe that he's Luciferian as well. There was a situation on draft night, or somewhere around draft night, where a cousin of his was killed right when the 76ers decided to choose him number one in the draft a couple of years ago. So do I believe that he has an understanding of what's going on in the entertainment industry and that he is a new initiate into the craft? Yes, I do. But I'll probably be covering that in another video. But he does certainly have a high self-esteem. He has a high image of himself, and he does not want to play with LeBron James. There's no doubt about that. If you want to play with LeBron, you don't say, if he comes, I'll play with him. That's obvious if you're going to play with him because you don't have an option.
That's awesome. You guys are both facilitators. Could you guys coexist at that level?
Only one way to find out, man.
Yeah.
There's only one way to find out. In other words, I don't think that we can play together because our games are too similar. He knows that LeBron James is addicted to having the basketball in his hands. That is going to constrict a lot of what they do on offense because LeBron loves his numbers. Once again, LeBron cannot play in a system other than the LeBron James system. Is he physically capable of doing so? Absolutely. LeBron can play off the ball if he had to. But mentally, he could not do that. Physically, he could. Skill-wise, he could, especially with the way in which his jumper has improved over the last 3 seasons especially. But mentally, could he do that? No. He would totally marginalize Ben Simmons, and he would slow down his development. Now, would it result in championship possibilities for the Sixers in the immediate future? Absolutely. So it's going to depend on what the Philadelphia 76ers upper brass want to do. And then in light of this scandal involving Colangelo, that may have some reverberations in the offseason because LeBron may decide that he does not want to get involved in a franchise that does not really know what they're doing in regards to the treatment of their players. I made a video a while ago featuring Mr. Markelle Fultz where I basically implied that it was clear that there was some bullshit going on in their organization because they were letting information out on Markelle Fultz. I did that video about 2 months ago. So this new stuff about Colangelo is not a surprise to me at all. It's very clear that he's very unprofessional.
Yeah, but you would love to play with him, huh?
He's a great player, of course.
That's pretty awesome.
He's given a company line, but he does not want to play with LeBron.
But who would say no? I mean, who would say no?
If I was Ben Simmons, I might say no.
Ben Simmons.
He wanted to say no, but he couldn't.
Simmons needs the basketball in his hand. He's not a shooter. He's a guy that has the ball,
And
drives. Him and LeBron would not be
Ben
good for
Simmons.
Ben Simmons.
LeBron is not really a wing. The way that he plays, as I've stated before, he really suffers from an overabundance of riches. He's almost too gifted, LeBron James is. And because of that, he's unable to acclimate himself to a real system. The only system that he's ever really played in was in Miami, and that's where he was the recipient of the most team success. I mean, let's be for real. He was in Miami for 4 seasons. They went to the finals 4 times. They won 2, and they really should have won 3 had he not choked in the first one.
Ben Simmons flourished, young man. I don't think the Ben.
He doesn't want it. I can tell him
he really wants LeBron. Really? You don't think that?
No, he don't want LeBron there. He wants to be the biggest star in Philadelphia. He wants Philadelphia to be his city. That's what he wants. And if LeBron James comes there for the next 3 or 4 seasons, he's not going to have that.
I don't think
I really got a feeling he
if we were to tap into Ben Simmons' heart, I don't think he really wants LeBron to come to Philadelphia.
So you think Ben Simmons is like, look, man, I'll throw a couple $1,000s on that basketball court if it gets you to stay in Los Angeles?
Bro, I think he'll actually throw it down. I think he'll help build that.
But anyway, that's it on this very short video. I just wanted to touch on that because it was very apparent to me that Ben Simmons does not want to play with LeBron James, and I don't think that there's anything necessarily wrong with that. I think that he's trying to build his own legacy. I think that the Sixers are probably a prominent wing away from being at the championship level, but he does not want that wing to be LeBron because I think that essentially Ben Simmons recognized that LeBron James is a wing that's not really a wing. LeBron doesn't want to play the wing. He wants to dominate the basketball. And it is going to constrict Ben Simmons and his development overall. But if LeBron comes, he comes. And if he does come, Philadelphia automatically becomes the favorite to win in the Eastern Conference. So peace.